So the city typically allots us a portion of the gross receipts tax in order to purchase fireworks and equipment to set up the city's display fireworks show. Typically, it falls between $25,000 and $35,000 to purchase the fireworks and have them shipped here. The reason the town fronts the cash for the show is it's far more cost effective than hiring a contractor to do it. Several years ago, we did some research into contractors. We found a contractor that was willing to come here, provide all the equipment, all the pyrotechnics, put on a display grade fireworks show. It would have lasted from 22 to 30 minutes, and it was roughly $85,000. We're able to provide a show that lasts 60 minutes roughly for half of that. Typically, we spend about $25,000 on the display pyrotechnics themselves, and the rest of that is replacement equipment and disposables like igniter fuses, modules, and wiring.
So how long have you been doing that now?
I volunteered to help with the fireworks show in 2006. I took over to the fire marshal's position in 2008. I had to travel to Gillette, Wyoming.
Now, once you're certified, you're good forever, or it's an annual?
You have to, every 2 years, you have to recert because it's extremely dangerous.
I'm gonna grab another stick and start that pile of sixes.
What time are we at?
We've been going 15 minutes.
15? Oh, let's slow down.
Okay.
Through the course, you learn about procedures and safety procedures and how to set up different style tubes, like if you're going to use barges and ignite over water, or if you're going to do like we do at a gravel pit, and then they bring in a multitude of defective fireworks to show you what can go wrong.
So is there any situation where you guys do the old light the fuse thing, or is everything electronic now?
There are some that we do with a golf club and a fuse, but it's the 5-inch and smaller, and you don't put your hands anywhere near them. A 6-inch or larger pyrotechnic is extremely dangerous. We actually use electronic ignition systems.
Yeah, I'm starting to smell gunpowder now, periodically. So what are you going to do now, Eli?
So this is our wire that we use for our modules. We can actually detonate it from a safe distance. So the way we usually do this, we'll come over here and just do a quick little half wrap on here. We can set up 36 fireworks on this one box right here, and we can safely operate it using our tablet through Bluetooth connection.
Wow.
Or we can actually walk around and use our cell phone. So we can hook up our larger 6-inch or bigger fireworks with this module system right here, or this firing system. And for instance, like on this one right here, we have, I believe, 13 other modules that's in my office right now.
13
So,
other modules like that?
13 orange boxes right here. And each box can fire up to 18 modules safely from a great distance.
So we'll wire from the pyrotechnic in its launch tube, and we hook up an igniter to the fuse.
Okay.
And then we run the wire back, and it's basically set
Yeah,
up
it
like
just
speaker
clicks right
wire.
in there, just like speaker wire.
So it
Clips
clicks
in
into
there, right?
one. On this module, you can switch through up to 32 channels, so you can have up to 32 of these out there. You can switch to 6. These lights will show you if it's been fired, if it's ready to fire, or if you have a wire deficiency. Like somebody trips over the wire, it'll register here. So you know that that one's not going to go off this wire. You need to troubleshoot that before you start launching. So you can switch to a module that's over there. Shoot those while somebody fixes that wire. And then they'll be green for firing all the way across. And then as you launch them with the launch buttons, it'll be set to channel 6. You push 1, it sends the signal to terminal 1, goes to the pyrotechnic, ignites the fuse, launches the pyrotechnic. Then the lights will turn red because that's been shot, so you know that that's been activated. We'll come up, turn all these on. So they have a test mode, and they have an arm mode. We're running it in test mode right now, so it cannot send an actual ignition signal. It just tests the wire. So it's actually really an amazing system. And then when it comes time to fire, you switch it into fire mode and it starts blinking, and it lets you know that everything's active. Everybody needs to vacate that area. And then we map out the lot we set them up in.
So I was going to ask you if you guys have like some kind of site plan or some kind of plot plan, so you guys kind of know where everything is positioned, relatively speaking. So now, how long have they been doing the location as far as the concrete plant yard goes? How long has that been the spot? Since you've been involved?
Oh, way longer than that. I
longer
think they
than
were
that.
setting that up when I was in high school, maybe.
Wow.
So
Well,
90s,
that's so great that
late
Southwest
80s.
Concrete works with you guys on that.
They donate the land. They donate a equipment operator who runs a front end loader to help us set the
thing, yeah.
modules, because they're much larger than people expect.
So this year, 4th of July is on a Saturday. So when do you guys normally set up?
We'll be out there Friday at noon.
Men and women who are on shift will be out there to assist us because there's a lot of tubes that we do set up. So a lot of the tubes that we set up on the piles are going to be anywhere from 2.5 inch all the way up to 12 inches that we do set up these large mortar tubes. So having all these firefighters on hand to help set up helps out a lot. We do this on July 3rd, and all we're doing simply is putting the tubes in place, or the mortar tubes, and we don't fill them with fireworks. They just stay stationary until July 4th, the day of, and then that's when we go in there, essentially do a whole secure area, make sure no unauthorized individuals are on property, so for fire personnel, and we can start.
Okay.
And we'll pull one of the 12-inch shells.
And compare the two?
Compare the two.
I like it, yeah. He's got a 10-inch one right here.
So that's one of our 12-inch big shots.
So I understand one of those, if you shoot at one of these contact boxes, it would just basically collapse the whole side of it.
Yes, sir.
Holy.
They're very, very powerful units. Series. That's tomorrow's plan.
Today's plan is setting up the sixes.
Setting
Setting
out
up
the
the
sixes.
twos.
Yeah, set up that far pile, and then everything else goes over here.
So
How many of you guys went to pyrotechnics?
And Eloy.
4 of them.
4 of us.
I have a shovel.
Trenched pile.
So, start dropping.
Like 120 pounds, and we're walking up the side of that thing. Oh!
Now you're putting the cakes not on the flat, you're putting it up on
that
the gravel
with
pile.
that gravel pile with the white flag.
Right, right.
We're gonna do them across the top. That pile takes hours to clean them up because
That's
of those.
the
They
biggest
leave
mess.
little cardboard pods in every one of those tubes, and like the 2 foot by 4 foot has something like 618 shots, so it'll just cover that pile with cardboard. And we usually put 2 or 3 guys on the pile, and we're just picking up little pieces of cardboard all day. It's very monotonous. But like I said, we don't want to leave Southwest Concrete with a mess. They're gracious enough to let us use their yard. So once we ignite, we set the show. Once we put a single pyrotechnic into a mortar, somebody has to be on site, because they're even our smallest display firework is larger than what you can buy as a consumer. So the consumer mortars that people are used to are 1 3/4, and our smallest are 2 inches. You have to have licensure to order them. You have to have DEA registration to order them. It's quite the process. And our 12-inch mortars are larger than a basketball. They're very big. They're about 25 pounds, a little bigger than a basketball. We have to lower them with a rope. I gotta go. I'm gonna be on camera like right now.
So yeah, so that's like a glorified cherry bomb, basically.
Yes,
that little guy.
This is a standard 1 3/4 shell that you can buy at the fireworks stands.
So and that will go into a tube.
Yes.
So
They drop down into a tube. You ignite the fuse. This is the powder charge that sends it up,
Propels it.
and then the bulb explodes. And this is what the average public shoots off.
right.
This is a version of what we shoot off for the city fireworks display show. This is a 12-inch shell. It's one of the largest we use. You can see the ejection charge is much larger. And then this coconut is what they're called.
So how far
visual.
up will that one go, Mike?
About 1,200 feet. This will go about 150 feet.
So this is just the drop string for this.
Yeah, this
to keep
is-
us clear at the top of the tube. But we tap into it from right there.
So this
So you
one,
could.
Well, so do we have a 12-inch tube handy here?
Yes.
Yeah, right here.
This is a 12-inch mortar tube. This is part of the finale or part of the beginning. Like I said, we shoot an 8, a 10, and a 12 to start the show. Here in a minute, I'll get a hold of a cake. They're called cakes, and it's just a show in a box.
We have a little square one.
Yeah, grab it. They run anywhere from 60 seconds to 5 minutes. You just light one fuse, and it does a show in and of itself.
Okay.
So this is a standard, very small cake. We have some that are 4 feet by, 3 feet by 4 feet. This is a very small one. So we set up an entire bank of just these cakes of various sizes. We'll do that tomorrow, but today we're going to bury these tubes so that they're secure. And then tomorrow when we come out to set the pyrotechnics, we'll set the cakes out as well. This is called quick fuse. This burns at 60 feet a second. And we use it to set up the finale. So we will bury a various assortment of tubes in the finale. And we open this package. We have multiple packages of this. And it just strings out. And then we'll slice it open and integrate the fuses from all of those into this so that it is one long fuse. And then at the end of this rope, we'll be behind a berm, and you can ignite that, and it will ignite all of those fireworks at roughly the same time so that they all go off together. And that's how we do the finale. The
So-
stuff's very energetic. We'll probably string 2 of these together because
Yeah, I got you.
it goes pretty fast. We have a
Let me see one of those other tubes there right behind that gentleman there. Yeah. That kind of gives you a better idea what one of those assemblies look like. Yeah. So that one looks like, obviously, that's been used.
Very much, yes. So the smaller fireworks, anything from 5-inch down, we put into these racks so that we can load a series of them and ignite them without having to bury individual tubes. Because we have probably 100 of these. Do you have a pocket knife?
Yes, sir.
So that frame is not from China, though.
That frame was built by Silver High School, woodworking
Is
shop.
that right?
Yes. Has he been here before, or do we have some brand?
You haven't done this before, right? No, sir. Come here.
Get some gloves. I'm gonna set this off. It's fast. Don't panic too much, you're on camera. He hasn't done this yet.
Okay, well, this is an experience for everybody here. That wind's not cooperating, is it? Holy mackerel. that, holy.
That's why I wanted you to wear gloves. Thank you, sir.
I thought we were like in a movie, you know, where the, the beginning of Mission Impossible or something.
It's about 60 feet a second. Very fast. Because you cannot place any extremities over the tops of these mortars, so we have to get rope and lower the 12-inch in, and then we retain the fuse and then we wire it up. But they're extremely large. They're extremely large.
So when you have the cylinders, what did you guys call those again?
Mortars. Mortar
shell,
tubes.
Mortar tubes. So when you place that explosive device in there, how tight is that to the walls of the mortar?
Very tight.
It is.
Yeah,
because
sometimes they'll slide and it'll stick, and you have to jostle it a little, so it'll.
So you need that enclosure, that fit to create the pressure for that thing to gain altitude.
Yes. And
So
then
it's
we
a
go
pressurized
behind.
situation.
Yeah, then we go behind that, and we put masking tape over the top of it. So we don't enclose the whole top. You get an X of masking tape, and you close it front and back. So while we're firing, it's dark. We have lights out there, but it's not really bright. We're running off headlamps.
Right.
And when the show's over, we have to evaluate all the tubes. And if you see a tube that still has its masking tape, you know it's still live. And if you pay close attention to the show, we'll fire, and then the finale will happen. And then like 20 minutes later, 2 more shots will go. And those are the ones that didn't go off when we set the module off. And we'll go out there and set them off to get them out of the area.
Right. I got you.
Sometimes they don't go. Sometimes the wire's gone
So
bad.
Are you looking at 90%, 95%?
Oh, easily. We usually have 1 or 2 out of
How many shots?
1,200 shots. We have a very good success rate. But that masking tape allows us to identify what's live, so you're not looking down the tube.
So if we do have a misfire for some odd reason, we cannot launch that firework tube up the shell. We drown it with water.
So, after the parade, is that when you guys go in there and start setting up? Or
The parade ends, and we usually go cool off for about an hour and try and grab something to eat. And then we don't leave until noon or so on the 5th.
Are you guys excited for the fireworks tonight?
Oh, sure. Always. Every year.
Yeah.
Me and my grandma used to sit at the park and watch them from there.
Oh, nice.
I've got some candy.
You want to say, I'm making a video about the July 4th fireworks. Just like a soundbite that's sort of patriotic or excited about the fireworks.
Oh, okay.
Something like,
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, ready? Super looking forward to the fireworks tonight. They are going to be amazing. Happy birthday, America. Way to go.
yeah, ready? At the same time, ready?
3, 2, 1,
Semi-quincentennial.
Heck yeah.
Turned 250 also.
That's awesome. Hey, I'm making a video about the fireworks tonight. Have you guys seen them before?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You've seen 100 shows.
Yeah? Do you have anything you'd like to say? Like,
Yeah, I wish we had the ones in D.C. for, what is it, 250,000 of them that are going to be. Yeah, no, but the ones here are enjoyable. Happy 4th, man! Happy 4th!
Centennial.
Do we have to say it 3 times fast?
We'll try that next.
Semi-quincentennial.
Maybe we should have done it on Go, but that was pretty good. How do you feel?
How about, I'm just happy 250th.
Hey, my name is Raul Turrieta. I'm running for HD39, and I just would like to say happy 4th of July. And you know what? If it's control, we're all for the fireworks here in Grant County, Silver City, New Mexico.
Happy 4th of July.
So does Silver City have a bigger show than Demi?
Yes.
What I remember, you know, when you're there, you hear that thump. Now, what is that thump?
That's the ejection charge. Their formulation's actually really ingenious. So you have a 12-inch sphere, and then on the bottom you have a large cup, and that's the ejection charge. So once the fuse hits that, that's what sends it out and up, and then that ignites a fuse that sets it to explode.
You guys say that you guys are there for 24 hours after you go ahead and do the setup.
We might get a couple hours sleep. A few guys get to go home, a couple guys will shift off, but we don't leave any of the explosive material out in the public where it can be accessed by anyone. And we finish the show, it's usually 11:30, 11. Then we have to check all the tubes, rewire and ignite anything that's possible to do that with, soak anything that's not, pull all the tubes out of the ground because we don't want to leave them out in the open. They're covered with residue, and we've got gloves to pick them up. If you grab them with your bare hands, it'll drop your blood pressure. It's got a lot of
Really? Wow.
yeah, nitrogen in it, and you'll get a headache. So we don't want to leave them out. And then as soon as the sun's coming up, we're cleaning. Everybody comes back, we clean the site. It takes us as long to clean it as it does to set it up. And then we go home and try and get sleep.
It's a fun show. It's everything that we do in the fire service is inherently it's dangerous to a certain degree. This is one of those, but at the same time, there's so much safety that's involved that we got to be in compliance with NFPA, our fire codes, what the state of Mexico has as far as AMAC, as well as what ATF requires.
It makes sense for us to do it. We bring a fire engine and park it on site, and it's staffed. So if there's a misfire that goes off at the ground level, they can deal with whatever is happening at that point with trained individuals. And to be 100% honest, a lot of times things will go off early. The typical rule of thumb is a shell will go 100 feet per inch.
So if we're looking at a 12-inch shell, we're looking at over 1,000 feet elevation.
Yeah, usually they'll hit about 1,200 feet.
Wow.
But sometimes we'll have a 5-inch shell that goes 100 feet. Everybody in town knows when it happens. You can see it just blow up the top of the hill, gets really bright on the ground. We've had people ask if we had ground fireworks. We're like, no, that shell just didn't go high enough. And those misfires, they're fairly common. They're dangerous. That's why we don't stand next to the tube. But it typically lights the backside of the hill on fire between Southwest Concrete and the cemetery. So we have a truck stationed outside of the fence to deal with those fires as well.
Oh, that's going to start a fire.
We get a fire to 6 fires every year. It happens. But we're on site, standing there waiting.
So when you guys are working on it, I mean, on the 4th of July and igniting stuff, you guys aren't in like full bunker gear, are you? I mean,
We put on protective clothing, not full bunker gear. We've got sets of dual compliant. It's basically wildland firefighting gear. Helmets, earplugs, glasses, face shields, because there's sparks and fire everywhere up there. And not be within a dangerous radius, like the hot zone. But there's a lot of movement and there's usually 6 of us up there while the ignitions are happening that are actively working on the ignitions. And everybody's running from one place to another, not necessarily running, you're moving a lot. And then signaling someone on the hill to light their section, and then they'll signal back and we'll light this section, and we vary it.
So you guys have multiple people controlling ignitions?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So we usually start the show with like an 8-inch, a 10-inch, and a 12-inch.
It's happening.
That'll all be on one module.
That'll be on one box.
And that's like the announcement to the public that the city show's gonna start. And then we move through and we'll have an area of large shells and an area of small shells, like 2 to 5-inch over here. We'll have 6 to 12-inch over here, a whole series of them. And then we'll have one area that's just got cakes, which are large shows in a box, essentially. And so we'll light this series of small shells, this series of large shells, and those are 2 different people. You say, light that set of racks, and then they'll call back, light the, module 6. And then we'll call up to the guys that are on the cakes, and we're like, 3 cakes, and they'll light 3 different cakes. And then we go back to the small shells, and it gives us a chance to alternate, check our equipment, make sure everything's safe.
Am I just sending them at will right now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because Eloy's headed over to the grand finale. So you want to kind of coordinate with the chief.
So what's your earliest memory of fireworks?
Parking them or?
No, just being a kid.
I remember parking at the old Ford dealership. That's on Highway 180. And I remember seeing that from possibly early 90s, late 80s.
Happy 4th of July!
And when I got hired with Silver City Fire Department in 2022, I had an opportunity to work the show and fell in love with it and got really hooked on it. So
it's a different experience from below the fireworks. So we don't get to see what the public sees. We're monitoring tubes and running around, and once in a while you look up and you're like, there's a wild amount of action happening above our head, but I got to get back to work.
So what would be your preference, setting them off or watching them?
Setting them off.
Yeah. So when you were a kid, Milo, Silver City born and raised, and
I parked in the same parking lot.
and you
at
parked
the Ford
over there at the
dealership.
Ford dealership. That was
And
the
then,
spot.
Yeah, my parents, when I was growing up in my parents' house, we could sit outside in their yard and see it
From a distance.
from a distance. And so we used to all just have a big barbecue and watch it from there.
How long have you been coming here to the fireworks?
Our lives, about 50-some years. I'm 60. It's all about family on the 4th of July. Yes, it is. Barbecue, parade, come to see the fireworks.
Happy 4th of July, firefighters! Yeah. Semi-quincentennial.
Oh gosh, how many years has it been? No, forever. For a very long time, every year.
Yeah, every year since probably we were born.
They're awesome. I love them. They're so colorful. Happy 4th of July! Happy 4th of July!
shoot. Wait, you did.
Woo! Get it, baby! Yay! Yay! Those pictures. Happy 4th of July!
Well, yeah, there's an entire career field in this. We just took it on for a service to the community.
Yeah. So what was the worst disaster you guys ever experienced up on the hill?
It rained just a little, so we're prepared for rain. We have tarps, and we'll cover the individual mortar tubes with bags, tape them so that moisture doesn't get in. But the humidity got pretty high. It rained quite a bit during the day. We usually will go in and put a fine layer of sand to keep the ejection charge from touching water. And that year we had a lot of low detonations, and it was a very exciting show.
So, I mean, that's the normal thing that when I first moved here, the old timers always says it always rains after the 4th of July parade. That's when the monsoons are officially started, as far as, history would dictate. And so you have that potential.
And if we get really high winds, we'll launch some test pyrotechnics early in the day so that we can angle the tubes a little bit so that we can compensate for the wind. But I don't think we've ever canceled for a heavy wind.
Yeah, this is great, because I think most people don't have a clue. They think you're still out there with a Bic lighter.
It'll change the experience for you. Set the finale there. We'll run racks right here in this road.
This will plug into the module, and then this goes to the fuse on the firework. So we detonate them all remotely. I told you over there. I've been loading 6s. Once we get them all lowered in, then we're going to move into wiring. And usually we end up wiring all till right about showtime. So.
Is that right?
It's very time consuming because you have to plug into this, so this red cap will come off, and that's where the
lead comes in, or whatever.
Yeah, so the E-match plugs into their electronic match,
okay.
And then it's got that wire that comes off of it. These ones we just lower in by the fuse. So we'll end up, at this point it's really important that we don't cross over ones that have fuses sticking out. So I always come at it just from the side to get it in, and then I can just run the fuse right down the side of it, and then my extremities are never over the top of that tube once it's loaded. Now is the monotonous process, just dropping one in at a time.
Wired in like this. We got a couple hours to go, so we're just going around wiring them up and then testing the wire, and hopefully it all comes out.
Let's go. How do you like the fireworks?
They haven't started yet.
What's happening?
Let's go.
We're gonna use this as the filler. I'll get some fire. Keep at it. Keep at it. Get some 3s or 2.5s. Keep at it.
Okay, ready? On three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Semi-quincentennial.
Never mind. 30, 45. Yeah, we're looking to play close to an hour at this rate. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. The cakes are holding it together. So awesome. You all right? A lot.
And then I'll fire off the last of that.
That's way over.
Oh, fuck. Light them up! Light them up, Seth!
So
we'll have Eloy fire the rest of the cakes, and then we'll have Seth do a row.
And then you're gonna be hitting those periodically.
I'll finish the last of that, and then someone will charge the.
I think Eloy and Mike might know where the finale is located. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because Eloy's headed over to the grand finale. So you want to kind of coordinate with the chief. Are you done? He's got a bunch of 2.5s and that row of 3s, and
let him light all that, and then wait with me. I'll light my last 7, and then we'll signal Eloy.
Okay. You're gonna send all of them.
So just go crazy.
Light them all. I almost wish we had another one we could keep going.
Yeah.
Chief!
Series of 5, that's it. So could you see that it was gonna go like
I heard it. It went, huh, and I was like, oh shit.
Dude, I saw it blow up from the bottom.
Let's go. Shake hands and cry a little bit. Wipe the shit out of my pants. So I didn't reload any 6s because I was done.
Yeah.
There's more for next year.
Oh.
What? Oh, I was hoping you kept recording. I come striding out all heroic like.
From right here.
Do we want him to start getting taped?
Yeah, that hurt.
Or do we want to pick up the...
Look at you guys.
Well, I warned you, Eddie, you were going to leave with a headache.
You are correct, sir.
That was phenomenal.
Eddie, we're going to grab the modules real quick so they don't get run over. All right.
Yeah. I'm going to walk that off. Because I've been a little panicky since it happened, but I was just like, I got to keep doing this.
Yeah, that rung me a little bit. No, I'm just saying I'm shaky.
Yeah. Just the nerves? Or?
No, the fucking concussion.
Yeah, the concussion.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Wow, guys. That was incredible. Thank you. Super fun.
Good.
That was
glad
crazy.
You had a good time.
Yeah, so cool. Thank you, sir. I caught half of it, and it's going to be so cool to be able to use. It's
Yeah,
gonna be super
sure.
fun.
You want to grab this?
Yeah.
So I can resume my dialogue. No, I'm kidding.
Awesome.
There's going to be some curse words in there.
No worries.
Quite a bit. Yeah. Did you see the mishap we had?
I think so. Yeah, right in the beginning. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, there's some curse words right around.
Thank you guys.
Yes,
so
sir.
cool.
We look forward to it.
Yeah, me too.